Okay, so on some of the stuff that I got, it's a little bit different than the recipe. So on this, I got, it's right at 2 pounds, which is what it calls for. And then we have the Worcestershire sauce, and I did find the bay leaves. But when it comes to the I don't know if it's, I think it's pronounced Nor demi glace sauce, I couldn't find any. So I'm gonna try this because this has also been called for in one of the keto recipes. There's not a lot of carbs in it for the pack. I think so. It does have a bit of carbs, so it may change the carb count for what I'm doing for the recipe. So if you're counting your carbs, I would really recommend going over that. And then I have the beef broth, and got pepper. We got salt, and then we're gonna get this started and go from there. Okay, so this recipe, and I'll try to take a picture of this, calls for beef brisket, which I don't have. They didn't have brisket, so I got top rail, kind of hoping it's around 2 pounds, the same size, that this is going to work. So what I'm fixing to do is I'm going to get this salt and peppered up, and then we're going to put this in and see what we can go from there. We're going to put it over here, and it says to season the brisket with salt and pepper, heat a tablespoon of olive oil in the Instapot, and then we're going to saute it on both sides for 2 minutes. Once we get that done, we'll be back. Okay, so what we're going to do next is I'm going to see if I can do this while I'm holding it. I don't have olive oil, so I'm trying this out because I've never used it before. So we're going to do a tablespoon of ghee. All right, so we're just going to put that down in there. I'm going to give it a good spread out. Oh yeah, that did it. Okay, so it says what we're going to do is we're going to saute for, I don't know how to work this thing. Okay. We're just going to see what it does. So it says we're going to saute it. Let's see if it gets warm. Once it gets warmed up, then we will throw that in there. While that is warming up, I'm going to go over here and get some... Sorry, it's so bouncy. Okay, sorry about the noise in the background. The kids are playing on the trampoline outside the window. Let's see if I can get them. And they're jumping. But anyways, back over here to the oil is getting heated up. If this thing don't fall over. Okay, so we're gonna get that good and seared up. And it says what to do, let's see, it says to sear for about 2 minutes per side, and then transfer, and we're gonna take it out and put it in a plate. And then we're going to heat up the other tablespoon that it calls for, the onions and the celery. So I'm gonna work on getting that chopped up now, and while this is warming. Okay, so we're gonna put this in and see what it does. Oh yeah. We're gonna sear that for 2 minutes on that side, and then we're gonna flip it and do 2 minutes on the other side. And we're gonna be getting our other ingredients ready while we're doing that. All right, I got my 2-minute timer set. Okay, we're just gonna get this. Oh, it's a little bit harder to flip over than I thought. We're gonna flip that over. We're gonna do the other side for 2 minutes, and then we'll pull it out. Okay, so we took that out. So what we're going to do now, it says add in the other tablespoon of olive oil, which, you know, I told you guys that I'm using the ghee. And then it says to add in the onion that you chop. And then we're going to add in the celery. Let's see it. Heat the other tablespoon of oil. Add in the onion and the celery. Cook until soft. Stir in garlic. And cook for another minute. So, alright. So let those sear around. Alright, so those are still cooking down. Let's go to next. It says, after those cook down, we're going to add the garlic for a minute. And it says 2 minced garlic cloves. So we're just going to take this and add some of this in there. And I'm probably going to do about 2 words, maybe like a teaspoonful or so. And then it says after you add that, you'll return the beef back to the pot, add the bay leaves, which it calls for 2 bay leaves, in a bowl, whisk together the broth and the sauces, and pour the mix over. So I'm going to go ahead and be working on mixing that up. So I got 1 cup and 1/4. I don't think you can see it from there. Let me see. No, I have a mess. You guys look over the mess. But, so just do it like this. Okay, so we got the bean broth in there, and like I said, I couldn't find the other stuff, so this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to mix this in, and I'm going to add a little bit more of the beef broth. I just had a little bit left over, so it's going to be really a little bit different than the actual recipe. But because I couldn't find the liquid already made of the kind that it asked for, I'm going to add in just a little bit more of the beef broth. And that's just pretty much, so I used, for the focus, 1 can in there. So it's going to be a little bit different. But I'm doing what I can with what I have. Sometimes when you don't have everything you need, you just adjust. But I can say that I did get the idea from the cookbook, and we just adjusted it a little. Alright, so we're going to get back over here and make sure these ain't burning. They're not. They're still sauteing up really good. Okay. So those are really starting to cook down. And let's watch those for a few more minutes and see what we got. The minced the garlic. And it might be a bit much, but that's what I'm going to add in. It's about a teaspoon's worth. I'm just going to put that in. And it said give that about a minute. We don't want that to burn. So we're just going to kind of give that a good stir around. I don't know if you can see it from the steam, but look at that, guys. Does that not look so good? All right, so that's starting to get a little dark on the bottom. It looks darker in the video than it really is. Well, let's go ahead and get started. We won't do a whole minute. Ooh, it's going to fall over. Just because, oh my God, it smells delicious. I cannot wait to give this a try. All right, so from here, once you let that sit in there for a minute, it says return the beef to the pot and add the bay leaves in a, okay. Added the 2 bay leaves, and now we're going to add what we mixed up earlier. Okay, so we're going to put this in and get this going. We're going to put it on, we're going to cook on meat and stew. So let's get this in and get it started. I'm going to show you guys what to do when you do that. All right. So what we're going to do next is we're going to pop the lid on there. All right, let's bring you guys back here. We're going to put it on meat and stew. We're going to up the time as to do for, 1 hour. So we're going to put that on and get it started. And I don't think you have to hit anything after that. Nope, see, it just turns on. I'm still learning a lot about it too, but let's get this cooking and see what it turns out. It smells great. I got this from Walmart, and it is just bird's eye mashed cauliflower. I put it in the microwave for the suggested time that it says. I'm going to throw on a little bit of butter. Get that mixed in. I'm going to add about 1/4 of a cup of mixed blend cheese. And then I'm going to add, let me find it. Okay, so this is what I'm going to add in there. I'm going to add some of the bacon bits and mix them in, and maybe a few on top. I have some sour cream that I'm going to put in there. And then I showed y'all the cheese and got the butter going. And then, okay, so this is what I'm going to put together to go as a side. And this has 30 minutes left. If you notice, like this right here is really hot to touch, but it has got, all the steam is pressured up, so we'll just wait a little bit longer. On releasing the steam, a lot of times, if you'll watch and barely turn this to the side, it will come out and burn your hands. So what I always do is put a towel over it. When you push it to the side, it'll release the steam, but watch out, that towel will get hot. I've released some of the steam already, so I'm just gonna, you can't really see it, but all right. So it's coming out. Most of it's gone out already through there, but just keep your hands back from that. See, it won't open most of the time when it's sealed. And I'm doing it a few minutes early. You can let it do it on its own and slowly release, but we want to go ahead and get it out and check it and see so we can do supper. So you just wait until all this comes out. If it's spitting a lot of liquids, like I said, I'll take and lay a towel over it, but because I've did most of it, I wish I would have recorded and showed y'all. I'm just going to leave it uncovered until it stops. And when the steam stops coming out, you can try to turn it. It won't open. And then I always just open away from me. And then that is it. It looks really good. I'll show you guys what it looks like when I get it out on a plate. Okay guys, this is it out and plated. Let's get it cut up and see what it looks like. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This is my first meal with my Instapot that I've got. I hope you guys liked the food. It turned out really good. I hope you try the recipe. The book was also wonderful. It's something you probably could do in a crock pot and just let it cook for a little longer. But don't forget to like and subscribe to let me know you guys are watching. Thanks guys.